Today I'm going to be unboxing the Amazfit Powerbuds, testing out the sound and testing out one incredible feature that I've never seen on a pair of headphones before. And I bet you're dying to find out what that is. Welcome back to another episode of STU'S Reviews. Let's get the cat out the bag straight away. The secret feature that these have is a heart rate monitor built into them. I mean, okay, fine. Most of you probably already knew exactly what that feature was because I'll have put it in some form of clickbait in either the title or the thumbnail. I've yet to decide. Maybe I didn't. Who knows? But if you're here watching this, it's likely you know that these have heart rate monitor built into them already. Now, why is that relevant? I don't know. Let's find out. Because the thing is, most of us who do activity tracking have some form of smartwatch that can track your health data. Your GPS location, your route, your heart rate. Some of them even do things like your blood oxygen levels. So why do you need headphones with a heart rate monitor? Who knows? But before we dive into the specs, let's get them open and do a very quick sound test and find out how they sound. Because they are headphones after all, and that's the most important thing. Now, some of you will know already that I love Amazfit devices. I just think they're great value and some awesome design stuff. For example, you've got this right here. This is the Amazfit T-Rex. It's rugged, looks a bit like a G-Shock, and I really, really like this device. I also wear things like the Amazfit GTS if I want to look a little bit smarter. But these are the first headphones I've tried from Amazfit. And they won't be the last either, because I have got the Amazfit ZenBuds on order as well. But they're not really headphones, and we'll get into those in another episode. But these are the first proper music listening headphones that I've heard from Amazfit. So, what will these sound like from a company that makes smartwatches? Who knows? Well, let's have a look at them. All I do know is that these supposedly have tons of innovative features in them, such as the heart rate monitoring and a few other things which I'll show you now. Here we go. Ooh, okay. Very, very simplistic there in its design and packaging. Let's take them out. It's also got a little thing here. Let's pull this and have a look. We've got instructions and a cable underneath this. Some meaty instructions there, but I'll not look at those because I never need to. And inside here we've got the different tips. Okay, good, good, good. We can put those away because I might need different tips, so we'll keep those there for a moment. We'll put those to one side. So first thing I can tell you is it's got USB-C. That's good. Sick of things not having USB-C. Ooh. Look at this. Right, so this is one of the innovative features that I was talking about. On the inside of the case, you've got these magnetic loop bits here that connect onto this. Now, this is one of the innovations that I was talking about, and I'll go into it in a few more details, but I didn't expect them to have a place inside the case. That is an awesome little design, and I'm very, very impressed. They do come in a few other colours. They've got this, which is black and red. They do a white and grey, I think, and it's a white and green, I think. They're the three options that they have. I would have gone for white and green, but they didn't have them in stock, so I had to go for these ones instead. Right, let's have a look at these. Okay, not too heavy. Okay, I need to get these paired up. It's now telling me how to wear them. Adjust the angle of the earbuds slowly so they snugly fit in your ear. So I've got the right one here. Just put it in like that. Alright, yeah, that's in. They do a good job of sealing everything, I will say. Okay, that's in as well. Well, they don't seem to come out very easy. That's good. That's very good. This one feels less secure. Okay, so it wants me to pair up the ear hooks. I think I can just take them out of here. So they go on the top like this. Oh, yes! The magnets don't feel like the strongest in the world, I'm not going to lie. So how secure these actually will be for someone with smaller ears, don't know. But I like the design. I think it's a little bit different, put it that way. Okay, what have we got now? We've got how to use the Amazfit Powerbuds. Tap twice to enable, disable through music. Okay, there we are. So basically what it's doing now is that works really nicely. That works really, really well. It's using the microphones on the headphones to amplify the noise in the environment. So, for example, if you're on the train and the conductor is beckoning at you for your train ticket. If you've got headphones on, you can actually double tap and hear what he's saying without having to take the headphones off. I like that. That's a nice little feature. And we have seen that on other headphones before, so that's nothing particularly new, but it's a good feature and it appears to work extremely well. I can hear everything very, very well through that. That's good. Okay, so let's give this a listen. The range is very good. Let's crank it up a bit. Well, that is surprising. Very nice. I think the range is very, very nice. The mids maybe aren't that clear. Possibly. Let me try a different song. Very good. Very, very, very good. Yeah. Alright. The bass is very well balanced. The bass is very well balanced. It's not overpowering, but it's there. It's definitely there. Very, very good. Okay, so my thoughts initially on the sound of these. Maybe the mids aren't as clear as the highs and the lows, but what I will say is that it's a very well balanced sound. There's nothing that's particularly too overpowering. But here's what's quite interesting, and I'm going to test this out in a few minutes, is that when you're doing exercise, when you have the heart rate going, it's supposed to amplify the bass slightly to give you more kind of rhythmic exercise. So it will enhance the bass, you can keep rhythm to that bass, and therefore exercise better, I think. I don't exercise, so I wouldn't know. That seems like quite an interesting feature, and I'd be interested to find out if when doing exercise the sound does change. So I'm going to listen to the exact same song when I go for a run. Now, whilst I get changed, let's go through some of the specs. Considering these are Amazfit's first pair of headphones, they really haven't held back when packing those specs in. The case can hold up to 16 hours of charge, and each earbud can give you a super impressive 8 hours of play, making the total playtime approximately 24 hours before you need to plug it in. The buds themselves are small, but with competitors sitting around the 4 to 5 gram mark, they are slightly on the heavier side at 6 grams, although I haven't yet found this to impact comfort, and they do include a PPG heart rate monitor in the right earbud, so for it to only be 1 to 2 grams heavier at most is a pretty impressive feat. They've also got touch controls to boot as well. The buds are IP55 rated, which means you can use them in the rain and not worry about sweat, although don't take them swimming. Overall, the design is pretty impressive, and the feature set is equally so for Amazfit's first pair of headphones. Now, time to try them on a run. Okay, going for a run around the block, and I don't know. I can't tell if the bass has increased or not in the headphones themselves. Maybe. Could be psychological more than anything, because I know it's supposed to do it. Now, interestingly, in the app, I can remove the fact that my Amazfit T-Rex is on, so I can ask it not to track from that. Whew. But it's just tracking the heart rate from these. So I'm going to run around the block now. We'll have a look at that data and see what that looks like. Well, I'd have to be running uphill. Now I'm back from my run. Let's have a look at the heart rate data that the headphones have recorded in that session. Now, I didn't have any other device that could record an independent heart rate. The thing that I normally do that with is one of my Amazfit devices, but in the app you can't record two separate heart rate data streams from two different Amazfit devices. So what I did was I started off slowly and I ramped my running up and then slowly ramped it back down, and as you can see, the heart rate data mirrors that. You've got a slow ramp up to the highest heart rate and then a slow ramp down to a walking pace. Obviously I was a bit knackered, my heart rate was still going a bit at the end there, but it does show that these can accurately record how hard my heart is working in running or exercise. So I really, really like this. Now, I guess here's the benefit. What I did after this was I then tested very, very shortly whether or not it could record 2 data streams of heart rate, and it does. It records from your watch, your Amazfit watch, and it will record from your Amazfit headphones as well. So you'll have 2 data sets of heart rate there to get an even more accurate heart rate reading, which I think is awesome, the fact that it can pair both up together to get that more accurate reading. So this is where I start to see the benefit of these. Maybe not for everybody, but for some people who want to keep minute track of your heart rate and have a really accurate overview of your heart rate throughout an exercise, pairing these up, you're starting to get a really powerful tool for doing just that. Now, before I take you through my final impressions of the Amazfit Powerbuds, let me take you through the app and I'll show you exactly what you can do with these. The first thing the app will allow you to do is change the gestures of the headphones. Now, you saw earlier that if you double tap, it accesses through mode. Well, by changing the gestures, you can turn on things like double tap to wake up voice assistant, for example. It works really well, and all the gestures I've not yet had a problem with. It seems to sense them very, very, very nicely. Now, the next thing you can do in the app is music equalizer. Now, this is a nice little touch, really, because a lot of headphones you just get given and they've got the built-in equalizer, whatever's in them. But actually, we can change some of the sound in here. Now, there's a bunch of different options depending on what type of music you listen to. Dance, blues, or rural. I don't know if that's supposed to mean folk or the sound of tractors and cows or something. I prefer the popular style. Well, the popular will automatically change that so that things sound a little bit better, in my opinion, but obviously you can play around with this and find a sound that suits you the most. That to me is a lovely touch. Now, there's one more thing that you can change, and that is in the workout settings itself. And this is where you turn the motion beat mode on. Now, as I said, I went for a run and tried this out. I personally couldn't tell the difference between this being on or off. I mean, there might have been a slight difference, but is that a psychological thing? Because I know it's supposed to happen. I don't know. And if you've used these yourself, let me know what your experience has been with the motion beats. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure we'll all like to know. But in my own personal opinion, I don't think it makes a huge amount of difference. So now there's a big question here. What is the cost of these? So the Amazfit Powerbuds will set you back a total of £79 currently on Amazon. Now, I was quite lucky in the sense I caught them on sale for about 55 quid. So, for 55 quid, these are an absolute steal, and I think they're fantastic. For 79, I think you're getting a little bit more specialist now. I think unless you really, really, really needed the dual ability to have a heart rate monitor in the headphones, and potentially the device that you're wearing as well, then £79 is absolutely fine. But if you're just looking for a pair of headphones, I think there possibly are some better options at a similar price. But with that said, I actually really, really like these. And in terms of looking at all its competitors, they do a good job of holding up. And considering that this is Amazfit's very, very first pair of smart running headphones that can do not just play music but read your heart rate. They've got an awesome magnetic little design for things like the whatever you call those things, the hoops. I think they've done a brilliant job, and if I bought these for £79 I wouldn't be unhappy. I'd be quite happy. But with £55 they're an absolute steal. So if you can get these on offer, buy them up immediately, because for 55 quid these are a cracking set of headphones that can do a lot more than just play your music. And that concludes my thoughts on the Amazfit Powerbuds. Obviously, I haven't used them for a huge length of time. I've only really used them today for a run and listening to them and just generally around the house. Definitely my first impressions are that these are a bargain at £55, and I would say they're good value, as all Amazfit devices are, at £79. And that concludes today's review. Thank you very much for joining, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to return the favour and hit that like and subscribe. And if you want to see more, I've got some more Amazfit devices coming very, very, very soon for review. Hit that notification bell so you'll get notified when those reviews land. But other than that, guys, I'll see you back for another episode of STU'S Reviews soon. Change out of this now, I stink.